Good afternoon. Today we are learning about graphs, and this week we're going to be working on graphs, or I should say next week we're going to be working on graphs. We did this graph today, and what we did is we went over the following things with the students. So over here on this side, whenever we go 0, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, that is known as the scale, and we also wanted to make sure that we label that. So this is temperatures. We also want to make sure that every graph has a label, and this is temperatures in 2 cities. And then we also want to make sure that we have a key down here, and you can see that we are labeling the key with Moscow, and we're using a triangle, and with Sydney we are using a square. That way, if this is copied in black and white, the students would be able to see the 2 cities that we're comparing here. We also used words like y-axis, so students know that this vertical line is known as the y-axis, and this line right here is known as the x-axis. It's always at the bottom of this, so we have the x-axis there and the y-axis. And then what we want to do is we looked at this line here, and this is called a line graph, and this is called a coordinate graph. So those are the vocabulary words that we went after today, and we will again reinforce those next week. We also went through and had the students explain what was happening with the graph, because we can look at graphs and things like that, but we want to make sure to explain what they mean. Another thing that we did is we told the students, oh, you can go like this and you can write Moscow if you wanted to, and this would help you maybe understand. You could write September 9th right here, and then over here on this side you could put the temperature, which in Moscow at September 9th is about 51 degrees, and then you can go ahead and do this again for September 30th. And you could write, okay, that looks to be about 45 degrees. And you could keep going on and make what is like a T-chart. And what this does is this really helps you maybe see what the numbers are doing. And you can look at this and then look at the graph and try to understand trends and things like that. So that's what we're working on in class. We'll have another update next Friday. Have a great weekend.